YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this ETQ model number TG72K12 portable generator. I think it's around 14-15 years old. It's only got like 13 hours on it, and it's got a new battery with it. So I don't know when it was last started, but we're going to take a look at it. I understand that the electric start on it doesn't work. Apparently so, since the battery seems to be hooked up and it's new. So we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to see if we can get this thing running again. Well, you get the definite whiff of varnish. You can see down in there, there is some gas in it. But yeah, that can't be good. So let's get that drained out of there. Well, that's good news. Well, at least in theory. They got the gas shut off, so hopefully they're like me, they would have ran it, all the fuel, right out of the carb before they shut it off and put it away. So hopefully there's no old gas or an awful lot of old gas in the carb. Let's get this thing drained. Take a look at the air cleaner in this thing. 13 hours on it, shouldn't have too much buildup, I wouldn't think. I think we could put a new filter element in this thing. Man, you can really smell the varnish just having the tank open for that little bit. Oh, that's good. Be cutting that off. Yeah, it smells like varnish. Well, the good news, tank doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty clean. About what you'd expect with 13 hours on a machine, you'd think. You know, it is 14, 15 years old. Yeah, about a quarter of a gallon coming out of there. So a little more background on this this generator. So a older gentleman wanted a backup generator for his house, and rather than get one of those, you know, whole house generic generators, he opted to have an electrician come out, put in a transfer switch, and run the power out to the outside of his garage, and then have, when needed, have this sit outside his garage, plug in and power some of the circuits to his house. So that was, you know, quite some time ago. He passed away in 2011. And my understanding is that he had this maybe for 2 to 3 years before that. So puts it around, I'm going to say 2008, 2009. So it's an older machine, and I don't know if there's been any service performed on it. I know it only has 13 hours on it, and there's a new battery with it, but I don't know if it's ever had the oil change. So we'll take a look at that, and we will see what the oil looks like. Alright, it's got oil in it. Doesn't look all that bad. So we'll put some fresh gas in this thing, and we'll try pull starting it, see if it starts up. I'm a little concerned about that carburetor, whether or not this thing's going to start after. But I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to say it hasn't run at least in, you know, 12 or 13 years. It just sat. So let's keep our fingers crossed, see if this thing's going to start. shot. Fuel on. Choke. Throttle works. Wow, I really didn't think that was going to start. I mean, it's had to have been at least 10 years since this thing's been running. Look at that. That's pretty good. Auto throttle running. Let's see if the outlets work. Try heat gun. Main breaker on. Wow, that's something else. That's something else. I can't believe that thing started right up. I mean, what was it like? I mean, it tried to kick on the first pull, and then the second pull it started right up. After sitting that long, just with fresh gas in it. Huh. Everything seems to be working. I mean, I tried out the, 30 amp 120 or 220 or 240 rather. But the only thing that's not working is the electric start. Huh. All right, so let's see if we can diagnose what's wrong with the electric start. We get that going, man. This thing's all set. Let's start checking this battery first. They said it was replaced, but let's just make sure. .82. All right. So there's our starter right there. There's our starter solenoid. Let's see if the solenoid's any good. All right, power going into the solenoid. Yeah, there we go. 12.82 volts. There's our kicker. All right, and this goes from our solenoid up to our starter, powering our starter. So this will be our switch to activate the starter. So let's check and see if we're getting any voltage here. All right, nothing now. Let's hit our switch. Yeah, 12.78 volts. So that's going to be telling the starter solenoid to engage the starter. And that's getting power, but the starter solenoid apparently is not engaging the starter. So I'm thinking it's probably that starter solenoid. I think there's also a rectifier on these old machines, which might be bad as well. We can test that by running the starting it up and see if we have any increased voltage in our battery. Let's check that. So I'll start it back up and we'll check and see if our rectifier is having an impact on our battery. About 13 volts, a little more. Yeah, so that's 13.19. So rectifier's fine. Rectifier's fine. So I'm thinking. I mean, it could be the starter, I suppose, but I think these are cheap. So let's replace the solenoid and see if that fixes our problem. Well, there she is. Well, let's replace that and see what we got. Let's change the oil on this thing. Okay, so our battery's installed. We put our new solenoid in. Let's see if this thing's going to start. Okay. Okay, she's fixed, ready to get back in action. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And yeah, till next time, we'll see you later.